Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another edition of Wrestling Talks and Thoughts. I'm your host, Saheem the Dream, back again with you guys for another edition of Wrestling Talks and Thoughts. If you guys are joining me, your host, Saheem the Dream, drop a comment in the comment section below. Also, you guys are catching us on a replay. Please subscribe to the channel, join the Facebook group. Get in tuned. Join us so we can have these conversations. Jay McMahon. I was trying to catch the last minutes of Raw. I got distracted. I was busy, and I was trying to catch the last minutes of I'm sorry, not Raw, SmackDown, and because these shows are looking a lot better, man.
Yeah,
these shows.
I kind of I kind of knew SmackDown was going to end that way because the whole Judgment Day was there. And if you remember, Cody said that he's like, I'm going to be on Raw. I'm going to be on Smack. If Judgment Day going to SmackDown, I'm going to be there too. And he did the same thing. And I was after Raw, I'm like, oh, wait a minute. Jimmy and Jay on the same show for the first time in a while? Okay. And I kind of forgot that they said that. And so I saw the Judgment Day and they were just like, yeah, get him. I was like, okay, yeah, Cody did say he's going to be there. So him and Jay's going to
Yeah, it was pretty good. What do you think about the show overall, though?
It was a good go-home show. Trying to figure out. So I guess Ray's going to call Carlito. So Carlito can be the third member of the Elder.
Yeah. We may have something special, or hopefully we have something special for War Games, if anything.
Either Carlito or Dragon Lee.
Probably Dragon Lee.
That Rey Mysterio is going to call.
If he calls Carlito, it'll be a lot better.
Of course. But
I think so.
Hopefully it's not Savio Vega. But but yeah, it's going to be I feel it was a good show. Raw and SmackDown, you know what I'm saying, this week definitely lived up to the billing. Even NXT was pretty decent. Now next week on
NXT is actually pretty good. Yeah. So NXT next week is looking pretty lit. We got John Cena supposed to be in the corner of Carmelo Hayes. We have Paul Heyman who's supposed to be in the corner of Braun Breaker. And then we have Becky Lynch who's showing up, and also Cody Rhodes who's supposed to be showing up.
Yeah, Cody Rhodes has a big announcement. Roxanne Perez is fighting Asuka. The Undertaker probably going to be there.
The Undertaker.
So I was reading an article that they're trying. The Undertaker may be there, and if you really pay attention, every time they announce that all the people that's going to be on NXT, they advertise NXT, it ends with a gong. Undertaker gong.
I mean, but what would Undertaker be doing there? Why would he be there? What would be the big
reason? The same reason Cody's there. The same reason. Well, yeah, Cody has a major announcement. What the hell? He's taking over his father's role in NXT. Cody has announcement is going to be whatever reason is going to be there. He's going to experience a fight thing, or somebody they're talking trash. They're going to come out and choke slam them.
I just hope that they don't slight. I think, you know what? I think it's something else we need to talk about. Real quick, comment section. You said what?
I said, if Undertaker does show up, on Tuesday, I think they're stacking the deck too much. Like you're over star powering NXT. Like it's good where it is.
I mean, we know why though. Real quick, DJ Faye says, Jade on Saturday at Saturday Fast Lanes. Yep, that's definitely the rumor. Ant-Man, it's me, it's BBD, the big bad booty daddy.
But my thing is only Rhea's gonna be there because Judgment Day has a match. Yeah, I mean, I can see Jay coming out. I really see Jay going to SmackDown because I feel like Raw's already stacked. So I feel to battle Jay going to Raw.
That's what I feel like Bianca's on Raw.
No, Bianca's on SmackDown.
She is?
You know she did with Street Profit with Montez Ford. They keep couples together. Henry,
Henduces. Mr. Duce is in the house. Henduce.
Henry. I love the hat, but I hate our season.
We can't hear you, Henry. You froze. Can you hear us, Henry? Can you hear us? Henry? Are you alive? Henry. Hello?
I think he's getting set up. Oh, he said it. He said something up.
Can he see? Can you see us? I don't think he can see us. He couldn't see us. Yeah, because he would have responded. Undertaker on NXT. Ant says Tony. Tony who? Tony Storm? Tony Storm or Tony Khan? Or Tony Montana? DJ Faye says, yep, Undertaker Bell. And says Tony Khan is going to have Beyonce sing the national anthem next Tuesday. You for real? He ain't having no Beyonce. Yeah, you come on, you just stop, Ant. Bianca was SmackDown, and he said, "Well, that smoke got to him."
I think so. So it's funny because I saw a clip on Instagram. I shared it to the group. So it was like impersonators, and they did a real good voiceover for everybody. So it was like Sean is talking to Triple H. He's like, "Yeah, yo, Tony got me messed up. He thinks that I'm gonna go out and have and go out like on my back. You know what I'm saying? He must not know who I am." So so they talking about how stacked NXT is gonna be. So then the next slide shows Tony Khan calling Mercedes Monet, and I think one of the Japanese guys, I can't think of his name, and Sean knows, but he was talking to them, and they're like, "No, I can't make it. I'm gonna be busy. I can't." You know what I'm saying? Sorry, not gonna be able to make it. And then the next slide shows he calls CM Punk, and CM Punk's like, "You got the nerve to call me after what you did." so it's funny.
Yeah. Here's the thing, right? Mm-hmm. So I have a thing about Cody Rhodes, and it involves Seth Rollins. I think that so Seth was giving a speech on Monday Night Raw because we didn't cover Raw. We didn't get to cover AEW Raw, but we're gonna cover some things here in the conversation with SmackDown.
AEW.
Yeah, you said what?
I actually watched some of AEW. So
yeah, actually, I watched the whole show. I watched it just for you, Ant. I actually watched the whole show. I really did because I was like, all right, we're gonna go live. We're gonna talk a little bit about it. But we got next week. We always got next week. But we'll still cover. We'll still talk about it or talk about, we'll just poke around a little bit. So here's the thing about Cody, right? I think that what they're doing is that they're gonna have Seth have his title run with his belt for as long as he can hold up, and Cody's gonna get that belt. They're gonna put that belt on Cody. If they don't put it on him, they're gonna put it on Gunther. But I think Seth's time is running low. Is really running low because the way they're talking about his back, and I know this is like a whole gimmick per se, but it was the same thing with Daniel. Daniel really had problems with his neck, and they were still doing spots in the ring with him on his neck, and that didn't necessarily help the situation at all. Even with Edge, having issues with his neck. I don't know if you guys ever seen that clip where Edge speared somebody, and then when he speared them, like he froze because his neck, and he had to like kind of get himself together because like it really bothered his neck after he speared them. But I think Seth's time is really running low, like it's really running short, and I think that's probably the reason why they put the world title on him because of his condition, because they don't know at this point if they could ever probably put the belt back on him after this title run. And after the fact that he's been so over. So they're just like, let's give it to him now. And after this title run, because I think after this title run, he may take some time off. And I'm noticing again, if you guys have noticed that, like, is Roman, is Seth, and is Roman and Seth, who hold the titles, who are former Shield mates. So, can you hear us, Hen?
Yeah. Can y'all
Okay,
hear me?
Yeah.
okay, we
So,
can hear you.
as I said before, I love the hat. I hate our season.
Hey, I hate this team, but I'm from New York, so
But
Loyal New Yorkers
is it
who
safe?
flickers the loyalty to the Yankees.
Is it,
I'm not have no allegiance to any baseball team. Maybe the Yankees because they're from New York and they're such a dynasty, but I don't really have any real allegiance.
Mets is from New York also.
let's go Mets.
But
Let's
is
go Mets. Oh my God.
it that that Seth has the least interesting storyline on Raw?
You wait. Say that again. You said what?
Is it safe to say that Seth has the least interesting storyline? Because, like, if you think about it, like, nobody's really paying attention to the Seth Shinsuke feud, really, and with everything else that's going on, like, nobody's really like right now. Everything like Raw basically was like all about Judgment Day. Like, what's going to happen with Judgment Day? What's going on with Jimmy and Jay and Cody? Like, then when they was like, yeah, Seth's gonna have his final address. I'm like, oh yeah, Seth is fighting. You know what I'm saying? Like, nobody really is paying attention to the Seth and Shinsuke feud now. Maybe because this is a rematch, but
Yeah, you know what? But yeah, like I mean, it to me it's twofold. DJ Faye says go Phillies, and he also says Red October. Um,
F the Phillies.
as it, so here's the thing. Like my thing with that is you are right because the Judgment Day is the highlight of Monday Night Raw. They've been for the last few months, which I felt like it made more sense for Finn Balor to win that world title. It made the most sense. It made the most sense, and then them build around a feud with him, um, potentially getting cashed on by Damian Priest and kind of build that tension. But I guess they figured, you know what, let's not build any conflict and tension because I guess they want to kind of continue their run a little bit longer to have them win it, go have them win it, the tag titles, have them win the tag titles and kind of run it a little bit longer. I am interested in the Seth Rollins feud. I like it. I'm interested. I think we're seeing like one of the best versions of Shinsuke Nakamura we've ever seen, to the point where I want Shinsuke to beat him for the belt. Um, but I'm into it. I'm not bothered by it. But however, you are right. I wouldn't say it's less interesting, but I'm into it. I'm not bothered by it. But however, you are right.
Right. I do want to say this.
I wouldn't say it's less interesting.
So we did see DIY return, which is like one of the highlights of Raw.
Wait, hold up. We getting feedback. Ant, is that from you?
And I think he's watching.
You watching on TV? And you gotta lower the volume
So
on your if you're watching on the TV because we could get the feedback.
the thing is, so yeah, like I said, we saw DIY return,
Mm-hmm.
but DIY was supposed to return back in June. So remember when Seth Rollins had his open challenge? When he won was he still feuding with the Judgment Day?
Yeah.
So Tommaso Ciampa was supposed to be the one to answer that call, and he was supposed to fight Seth Rollins on that night for open challenge.
Mm-hmm.
And then the Judgment Day was supposed to attack Ciampa, and that was when Johnny Gargano was supposed to come back, and DIY was supposed to be back since then.
Right.
But they pulled the plug on that and put it on hold until Monday.
I mean, I'm happy for it.
Yeah, it's like I said, for you guys who
wait, hold on. Are you happy about DIY returning?
Absolutely. And that's what I want to say. For those who didn't watch NXT and didn't see Gargano and Ciampa as DIY, you guys are in for a treat. If they're not watered down.
I hope, man. I only saw one of their matches. I ain't gonna lie. I saw only one of their matches, and that's when Ciampa betrayed Johnny. That's the only match that I watched ever in NXT. But during that match, I liked what I saw.
Nah,
I think it's gonna be watered down in Raw. To be honest,
they had fire matches against the Revival. They had great matches against the Authors of Pain. What's his Jason Jordan and Chad Gable Alpha it was Alpha America.
Yeah. It was that Fatal 4. I think it was that Fatal 4 that I started watching them.
Yeah, they I mean they had a couple. They had I think one tag match on Raw before. But yeah, DIY is true. Like I said, they're not watered down.
I don't think I don't think they're going to water it down. Check it out. Like if you look at Raw, you look at SmackDown, you see what they're doing. They're taking elements from the Attitude Era, even a little bit of elements from NXT on how they are or how they develop their characters. And with the long running storylines, with the builds, like even the builds are very reminiscent of NXT. Even with the Shinsuke Nakamura and the Seth Rollins feud, the Finn Balor and Seth Rollins feud, like they're really putting more time and effort into it. Um, the match with Chad Gable and Gunther was like, it was like, yo, like this is like NXT. This is like, they got into great match mode. Even with Gunther and who did Gunther just recently fight?
Ciampa.
Champion.
Yeah, it was a great match. It was just like there was no, there was, I mean, there was no restriction on it really. I mean, other than maybe some of the moves that Ciampa would have pulled off with him taking off his knee pad and hitting him in the hitting him with the Shining Wizard, him going through the dramatics of taking off the knee pad, but but yeah, I mean, even like tonight on Raw, I mean, I'm sorry, tonight on SmackDown. I keep saying Raw. Tonight on SmackDown, like the way they ended it off is very reminiscent of Attitude Era, where where they have the feuding factions and they all mix it up, or you have one group of people who have problems with this other group of people. They all click up and they all come together at a head, and just kind of bum rush the ring and then give you this whole big old send off at the end of the show to kind of get you hyped for the next show. Like they're really digging a little bit more creatively, and you could tell like Triple H really has his hands in it. Like
I feel like I call this the common sense era, because it's like what Drew McIntyre said. I'm a babyface, but Jey Uso fucked me over in the past, so why the fuck should I go and help him? That's the common sense now. Now it's like common sense babyface. It's like, yo, it's back in the day when Austin and Rock, they didn't like each other, but when they clicked, they looked at each other and they agreed, all right, we're gonna settle our rivalry later on, but right now we stand on business,
Yeah. And right. even to piggyback on what you said about Drew, like even after he said that, he was like, he sees the Claymore, but he was like, nah, after that, hit him with the whatever, I forgot the name of that move.
The system shock system. What is it? DDT?
Future Shock.
Future Shock, right. And then he said, all right, I apologize. So you guys are going to forgive me. Yeah. But, Raheem the Dream, I need you to do something for me right now.
Okay.
After Raw.
Okay.
SmackDown,
okay.
I'm going to need you to acknowledge the fact that Rhea
Ripley, yes. Oh, my God, yes. Jesus Christ.
Clear cut at this point.
Yeah, I'm sitting in the bed watching it, and my wife's looking at me like, now you got your answer there, Rhea. I'm like, get away from me. You, Jay, and Jay's girlfriend. Y'all both, all three of y'all, get away from me. Yes, she is the unfortunately, she's a voice. No. Wait, hold on, let me stop. No, she's not the leader of the Judgment Day.
Yes, she is. I told you she was.
And don't you join this boat. She's the voice.
I would say that. Yeah. Sai has a point right there. She's the voice.
She's the brains behind the operation.
She's the voice. It's like the Shield. When we said Seth, we thought when the Shield came out, we thought it was John Moxley, Dean Ambrose, or then we was like, no, it's Seth. After they started calling him the Architecture, but he was just a voice. They were just voices. So I feel like they promoted so much that the Judgment Day does not have any leaders. She's just a voice.
Exactly.
Yeah. But now the difference with the Shield, they didn't really make plan. Like the Shield just showed up and just beat everybody up. Like they didn't have game plans, or they didn't like.
They did. No, they did.
No, they did, but they never had an on-screen point where somebody was like, "Yo, this is what we about to do." Like on every week, like Rhea comes back and she's like, "Yo, we got to handle business." So she calls them. She calls the Judgment Day out. She confronts she confronts Priest, and she tells Dom, "Yo, if you don't come back with the title, don't bother coming back. That's leader talk right there.
Nah. She did that. She did that as a that's like his bitch type shit. Like, yo, if you don't come back with that money,
Right. Exactly.
It's not no leadership. That's not leadership.
So you think Jimmy Uso can tell Solo, yo, if you don't do something, you're out of the bloodline?
Well, because there's a leader though. There's a leader in the bloodline.
Right, it's a clear cut leader, but right, and only leaders can make moves. Like Rhea was like, "Yo, I need to talk to Paul. I need to bounce."
Nah, I don't think.
But here's the thing, though, right? No, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
And I've been talking after you. Go ahead.
Nah, I was just gonna say she's not the leader. It's like Finn Balor and Priest. They look at her like, all right, that's little sis, man. You know, that's sis. I'm I'm always protector type shit. Like it's like every brother family relationship. The sis is always like, all right, even though they be bullying the sister around or stuff like that, they always got to protect their siblings, and that's how I see it. I see it like she's the sis, she's the female. I mean, who's gonna hurt her? Who's gonna fight her? Finn Balor. This is not like the bloodline where Jey Uso can just betrayed Roman Reigns with a super kick. In WWE, females can't wrestle male wrestlers. So
I mean, they can walk out on her. So same prime example. So you're trying to tell me that's like Angelo Dawkins, he can't make decisions or stuff when it comes down to like let's call him the hurt business. Angelo Dawkins can't make even Selena Vega, she can't make judgments and calls when it comes to LWO. She's quiet as a mouse.
But LWO doesn't have a leader.
Right, they officially don't have a leader, and they move like they don't have a leader.
Okay, so the feeder for what Henry said, right? Henry point, when Rhea Ripley said what she said, that was just like on some like I'm your girl, you're my man. If you don't come if you don't come back with the money, don't come home. Like if you don't come back with a job, then don't come home at all. And that was her going straight to Dominic. You know what I'm saying? That was her ultimatum to Dominic, right? Because remember, it was Rhea Ripley who persuaded Dominic to come into the group, right?
It was Priest that was kind of like telling him to come in. Actually, all of them was kind of like
but when he was turned out, it was Rhea Ripley that was walking down the ring with him. Like, I turned him out. I turned your son out. I took him back. I took him back. I took him back to wherever, made him a man, and he left you a boy. I brought him back a man. That's exactly what happened.
So let's even look at the JD McDonough scenario.
Wait. Hold on a second. But when she, they always announce that there's no official leader. They always say that. They've made that very clear. But even though she came out and she said what she said, I know it looks like, oh, she's the leader because now she's having this, because again, she's talking to the wise man. She's having this conversation with the wise man. The wise man is not the leader. She's having this conversation as being the voice to negotiate this match between the bloodline and the Judgment Day, or negotiate a situation to where they work together. But again, it could easily be seen as if she gets to a point where her head gets so big that she feels like she's running the Judgment Day, it's just as easily as we can see her get kicked out because she's now trying to assume a position that she's not supposed to have.
First off, she told Paul Heyman to acknowledge me. You know what I'm saying? That's leader move.
But this is what we see tonight.
But
as time progresses, we may see something different. We may see, okay, so all right, like that may be addressed. Like even on Monday Night Raw, when she addressed Damian Priest, the way she does address Damian Priest, you see Damian Priest get a little bit frustrated. Like he was like you seen like the look in his face, and I was like, yo, I could definitely see if Rhea Ripley pushes that one more time, that's going to spiral into something. It's going to spiral into something. So,
let's touch base on Raw, right? So So she said there's no leader, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then she right after said that, she was like, everybody has roles. My role is making game plans and making sure everything falls into place. Who does that? The leader of the group.
No,
Not
the
all the time.
architecture. That's the architecture.
That's not always true. That's not always true. I'm gonna tell you what, real quick. DJ Faye says, "Yeah, I just don't want to see her as the leader of the group." Okay, so
DJ Faze, Haim is in denial. That's all.
No, this is the
Yeah,
thing.
sorry, you're in denial. Sorry.
That's not always true. That's not always true. Okay, for instance, right? I own a business, right? I can give you an example. I own a business and I want to build a McDonald's, right? I don't have any architectural structure or layout of how it's done. I hire an architect. They come up with a whole plan of how to build this McDonald's. I have a manager I hire a manager. I hire a financier on how I'm going to funnel the funds through all my other businesses on how to, put my financial resources together to now build this McDonald's. And then I have, a realtor who's working with the architect as to where this McDonald's should be placed in order for me to, gain profit on my funds. They came up with a better plan on how to see profit for my idea of me building a McDonald's. They came up with the plan. Does that now make them the leader? No. That makes them contributors to my project.
That's like hold on. That's like.
So can they give their plan or put their plan into effect without talking to you first?
No, because it's my money.
Exactly.
But
that's
again,
like.
I'm sorry, Henry, real quick. But again, they can't. But again, they're not. It's not like Rhea Ripley is not running past what she's saying to the group. She's not just going out and advocating on her own.
Oh yes, she does. Look at JD McDonough when even tonight and even last night. I mean, okay, let's go by Monday. When and Priest was like, "Yo, what are you talking about?" So Rhea was like, "Yo, listen, hold on, chill." And he said what he said. So Rhea was like, "Yo, it makes sense. He has a point." And Priest was like, "All right, cool." He walked off. Even tonight, you know what I'm saying? JD's there. He's like, "Yo, what are you doing here?" Rhea's like, "I told him to come." There was no.
Okay, but the reason why JD McDonough is there is because of Finn Balor, not because of Rhea, not because of Damian Priest.
Finn wasn't there Monday.
Right, Finn wasn't there, but she was open to him being there because of his benefits. But Rhea wasn't open at first. Damian wasn't open, and Dominic does whatever everybody else tells him to do.
Always open. That's why she told him. She was like,
"Yo, the dog of Judgment Day."
Huh?
I said Dom is the dog of Judgment Day.
Right, and that's why she said, she was like, "Yo." Even when they was like, "All right, well, let's see how you. If you want to join the Judgment Day, let's see how you do." You know what I'm saying? Everybody went, and she was like, "Yo, y'all know what you got to do." And Dom got together. She's like, "No, you stay here. Make sure everything goes to plan." And Dom walks away. And even on NXT, she was like, "Yo, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna make sure that Dom comes back with the North American title."
Yeah, because that's her muse. Of course, they're gonna, but even if she didn't say that, Finn Balor and Damian Priest are going to be there. But real quick, DJ Faye says, when you're building a building, you need a foreman to lead the crew, to tell them what to do. So he is a leader or a crew worker. Right. He is a leader of a crew. But if I am the person who's funding this building and I say, you know what, you're all fired, then you're fired. He can lead the crew, but I'm the one that's paying that man's salary. So if I tell that man, you know what, I don't want you as a leader. You know what? As a matter of fact, I'm going to lead this crew. Matter of fact, I'm going to lead you, and you lead the crew, and I'm going to sit here and supervise. I can do that because I'm funding it. You know what I'm saying?
That's like the McDonald's story, man. You know how McDonald's is. When you're an owner of McDonald's, you're the owner of McDonald's. You're the owner of that store, but you got to follow the McDonald's rules. Right, so like McDonald's says, well, if you change the cheeseburgers to tacos, McDonald's is going to take that land because that's their land that you're building a McDonald's in. So that's how I feel like that's how the Judgment Day is. It's like they all have roles. Like she says, they all have roles, and her role is, she's leading. She's doing the architecture. She's doing the architecture. She's leading. She's leading the art. She's leading the game plan. And then but she's not like the leader. If you get what I'm saying.
Right. She's coming up with the plans at the moment, but she's not the leader.
So let's take wrestling talks and thoughts for a change. Let's use that as an example.
Billy going collapse.
So let's just say we all came up with a plan. All right, this is what we're gonna do. Boom, boom, boom. And one day you're like, yo, you know what? Nah, I'm not with that. We can't just go along and be like, yo, we think it's a good idea. We're gonna do it. We got to run it past you, and you got to be on board with it.
We did, bro. We did make a plan.
Right.
Can I show the example of the let me talk to you, man. What was our second episode? You know what I'm saying? It's like one person says there's no leader, but then you look at it like, yo, this ain't my channel, this ain't my team, so I gotta, because if you look at it, the two original OGs of the Judgment Day is Damian Pierce and Rhea.
Right.
They both came. Finn Balor got there replacing Edge, but he ain't really, they try to make him as the leader, but it's like you see Dom looking up to Pierce, Priest, and Rhea. Like I think those are like the co-leaders. I feel like something's gonna happen with Finn, that he's gonna probably leave, or something's gonna happen with Finn, or they're gonna kick out Damian.
And then even for one, like I said, if Damian was making decisions and saying let's do it, they're not gonna listen to him. Secondly, look at how, like you said, SmackDown ended. After Rhea and Paul shook hands, Rhea was like, "Go get him," and as listen to your leader, you said, "Yo, okay, we about to do what you said." They could easily say, "Nah, we're not doing that. You crazy? Why would we want to join with the Judgment with the bloodline?" But Rhea said, "This is what we're gonna do, and y'all gonna do it."
Nah, Damian Priest was like, and she was like, "I'm good. I can handle it." And then she left, and he left. So it's like, but look, I took a screenshot of a picture, man, of. Hopefully, I can see it.
They said Rhea's going to be face soon.
Yeah, I think that eventually, once she leaves Judgment Day, that's probably what some go back to.
She don't need to change.
But look at that. Who's in the middle?
Damian Priest.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think Rhea is the leader right now. Like once Damian wins the world title, he's gonna win it before WrestleMania, and I feel like he might do a fast lane. Who knows? But once he does, and he's gonna officially lead that team.
I still think if he does win, I think it'll be like a bad decision. I mean, it's gonna work out for him, but I still think it should have been Finn.
This is Henry's topic right here. Henry did break the story earlier.
Yes, sir. So here we go. Will CM Punk join? I'm sorry. Will my editing skills terrible.
Will CM Punk join WWE Survivor Series?
Yeah. CM Punk return.
Oh, let me go ahead and gloat real quick, and let me just say something. Let me talk to you. Was I right? Or was I right?
So, will CM Punk return at Survivor Series?
Was I right?
So there's been negotiations right now on the table. DJ Faye says Priest is never winning the title. There's negotiations right now on the table as to them negotiating the contract with CM Punk returning. As far as what they're going to do with CM Punk, what position he will play, how he's going to contribute to the company. I tell you this again, even though CM Punk said what he said and did what he did, if it makes money, it makes sense. I'm going to tell you what, and CM Punk knows that, truth be told, and we all know this, truth be told, that CM Punk returning makes money and it makes sense.
If CM Punk returns, Henry will be on. Yeah, he'll be on such a high. Chad will never hit the end of it. I'm
not. I'm gonna be humble. I'm gonna be humble because at the end of the day, I only say shit that I hear. Like I saw research, I heard that shit. Like I heard him making men's when he was in that suspension. So it all leads up. Like it all leads up. Like it makes sense because at the end of the day, yes, he's toxic. Yes, he sucks at as a co-worker. You know, sometimes you gotta separate the person and the co-worker.
Right.
You know,
Or the
he
person
sucks
in the
as a
business.
co-worker. As so cool. When he went to AEW, I don't want to talk trash about AEW, but AEW just looks like even Edge said it feels like an indie show.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? These guys in WWE, they're jacked. You know, they're like people that can actually kick his ass outside.
Right.
So DJ Faye says that CM Punk is going to do. He said CM Punk is going to do one show and be fired again.
No, I think he's gonna do a part-time gig. He's gonna do a part-time gig.
Yeah,
I think that's the best. That's the best thing for him because.
And I honestly feel like if CM Punk does return, he would owe all of that to Adam Copeland. And I say that because CM Punk probably wouldn't even be considered to go back if Edge didn't go to the AEW. Now that Edge is AEW,
that's not. No. I think before Edge even jumped ship, CM Punk was already in talks about going back to WWE.
So he might have been in talks, but I feel like it was like all right,
that's like an extra nudge.
Say less. You know
it started the gears. It started. You know, it started to
have to go full throttle and see.
Yeah, but put it to fifth gear.
But let me say this: CM Punk, but definitely get this. Definitely, this is what I feel. CM Punk is going to be used for money. And he knows that. He understands at this point and at this stage in his career, I'm not trying to see you win. I'm not trying to see you beat Roman Reigns for no title. I'm not trying to see you beat Seth Rollins for a title. Only thing I want to see you do is fight your matches. Same thing with Edge and AEW. Only thing I want to see you do is put on these matches that we've never seen before, these dream matches, and then go away. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, I don't want to see him just lose. Like even with Edge or CM Punk. Edge, I don't know. Edge is more, you know, he just wants to retire. You know, that's what he says professionally. That's what he said professionally because he has a brand. He's gonna say, he's not gonna be like a CM Punk. CM Punk don't got a brand outside. He doesn't care. CM Punk doesn't really care. Edge, he has that, you know, acting, getting in. And this is what I was trying to say in the chat that he's only saying stuff on that scum to make him seem professional. That's not the real reason. We don't know the real reason. Maybe there's a real reason. Maybe there's not. That's what I was trying to say. It's not that I was always trying to be right, but with CM Punk, I know CM Punk, and I think this is what Cody did. CM Punk probably is going to have on his contract that he wants to main event WrestleMania because he never did it before. Same thing as Cody. He probably put it on his contract that for his creative control, one thing that he wants to win the big one.
He wants to main event Mania, and I get that. And being like you said, being at Mania's 2 nights, I can see him main eventing night 1. Now it's, I mean, and you know, at first I was gonna say, you know what I'm saying, with Jade coming in, you know, she's gonna want it, but with Jade, they're like, okay, well, we got next year. Let's build you up a little bit more. But I mean, and of course, you know, like WWE, they always have multiple main events. So I feel like Jade, if Jade goes like he has a second to last match, she won't feel a type of way. But
because I think she'll understand
the show. You know, he wants to be the last match of the night.
And I think he might be a little. I don't know if that is talks right now. I don't know if CM Punk wants that or not, or he's just thinking about the money. But like you said, he you know, like I said on the show, he brings asses to seats.
He does.
You know, and it's like people want to say no, they feel bad about him. No, if you see the interview of CM Punk before he goes to UFC, he says it there. If you see the documentary, the podcast, they all talk about it that he doesn't like Triple H. On the thing was last year of Chicago before on his suspension, he went over there and him and Triple H talked.
Right, and exactly. But then that's
why they talked.
Them out.
And if like the situation with Jade, you got to also understand. Yes, she's a star, but you also got to understand she's still a rookie.
True.
Right.
You know, she's not going to get that many. She knows she likes the sport. She's not doing this for money. The money was great. Even Tony offered her more money, and then she said no. It's not the money. It's the she wants to get good at this. Not like Ronda. Ronda at first we thought she wanted to get good at this, and then it was all that money. I think she's gonna get good at this. She was getting good at this under Bryan Danielson. She was getting good under Bryan Danielson's wing. Now she got Triple H, Shawn Michaels. She got all these vets. The Undertaker, The Rock sometimes comes over there. Cody. She got all these coaches that are gonna teach her like the right thing to do.
Goldberg.
And maybe not this WrestleMania, maybe future WrestleMania. Yeah.
So DJ.
Hold on, real quick. DJ Faye says Kevin Nash just signed with WWE too. Is that real, DJ?
Don't listen.
Nah, Kevin Nash really just signed.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Look it up.
Are you serious?
Yeah,
did it go on ESPN? I don't know if it was on ESPN, but if it was on one of those, I think it's a troll.
Kevin Nash signed the Legends deal. He's going to be in the Royal Rumble.
Oh,
man, yeah, he'd always sign a Legend deal.
He needs to hang it up. DJ Faye says his name is not going to be CM Punk no more. It's going to be Phil Brooks. And then DJ says, what is Cody come out? What if Cody comes out to NXT Tuesday to introduce CM Punk?
Now,
how does that work though? He's got term.
But if he does that, then it would ruin the surprise for SummerSlam.
Survivor Series.
I mean Survivor Series. My bad.
Oh, I'm about to say, damn.
Oh, that's a long way away, Jay.
But they are also talking. They're
They're
also talking. He might return to Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
Where's Royal Rumble at? In St. Louis?
They said that Survivor Series is supposed to be in Chicago.
Yeah, so that would make sense. But they're saying it also make an impact on Royal Rumble as well.
And Royal Rumble's in Tampa.
Oh yeah, it is in Tampa. Yeah.
Well, I mean, do you guys think he's going to really return?
But was I right?
I don't know. It looking like
was I right?
It's looking like it.
Truth be told, I mean, like I said it before when before he signed with AEW. I'm gonna say the same thing with WWE. I don't doubt it, but I'll see it when I believe it. And my question to y'all is, this is the biggest question is, do y'all think he's going to get booed? He's supposed to show up in Chicago, so more likely he's going to get cheered. But do y'all think he's going to get booed when he goes everywhere else if he shows up?
He should play as the heel.
I don't think he's going to get booed. That's a funny thing.
He should come in as a heel. But yeah, I say that too. I don't think he's gonna, he's jumping ship. You gotta understand there's some diehard WWE fans where it's like whoever jumps ships from AEW, they're gonna cheer.
Oh, I have some rumors. Hold on.
Okay. So how many other AEW superstars will jump ship to WWE? And
Wardlow's next.
Yeah.
And
so Ricky Starks
will WWE releases join AEW with Edge?
So
yes.
So here's the thing with AEW, and a lot of people don't understand. During WWE's first round of releases, AEW was just signing people like crazy. At some point, you can't re-sign everybody. You know what I'm saying? So it don't make sense to bring I think out of all the releases, the only other one that would make sense for them and money wise, and it would would be Dolph Ziggler. That'd be the only other one outside of everybody else that was released.
Matt Riddle.
We'll bring Top Dollar.
Matt Riddle. And Top Dollar. You can't forget about Top Dollar though.
Yeah,
what you gonna do with Top Dollar?
His name is Top Dollar. He knows.
He can go with Swerve. He can go with Swerve.
Because his name is Top Dollar, don't mean he gonna draw Top Dollars.
No, but you know what? Like I said, it's like AEW sometimes don't take accountability of. I remember one time Tony said he was not going to sign WWE's superstars, and then the next month he starts signing a bunch of WWE superstars, ex-WWE superstars. Yeah. It's like, and then what does he do? He talks. This is why I have a problem with Tony Khan is that he talks so much junk about of what they do in WWE. With all these stars in the cater and all this stuff, and what does he do? Same thing, right? It's like, it's like take accountability.
Yeah,
what I think he should do, what I think Tony Khan should do, is try to make Ring of Honor not an indie show and try to make it like as spectacular as AEW.
Yeah, I thought about that too, and I started to think. I was like, maybe that's what Tony Khan tried to do with Ring of Honor, but he probably couldn't get the deal with TNT because TNT or these major networks they're only going to push what they feel is marketable or what's profitable. And if they're seeing that AEW itself is not cashing out the way that they expected as far as in ratings and really giving them as much ratings, because again, AEW is not even beating NXT in ratings. That so if they don't feel that AEW can kind of meet that mark and ratings, they probably felt the same way, because Tony Khan probably presented to them like that. You know what I'm saying? Because I thought about it. I was like, how come he doesn't have Ring of Honor? He probably did present it. And they probably were just like, well, let's see how AEW works out. And
they said that's why Jericho was the champion at that time, because they were trying to get a TV deal for Ring of Honor. But remember, it was like, why is Jericho Ring of Honor champion? Why? They don't make no sense. And it was like, that's how they was trying to promote Ring of Honor. Like, oh, Chris Jericho, former WWE, this and that,
I mean, yeah, I think him or what's his name, John Moxley. I mean, never mind. Yeah, Chris Jericho was the best choice for that at the time.
I mean, I guess, but I mean, really, like, no. I when Jericho had the Ring of Honor championship, the only thing that went through my mind is like, why does he have the Ring of Honor championship? He's just going around collecting belts like Kenny Omega. But Kenny Omega makes the most sense, because at this point in Kenny Omega's career, this is where Kenny Omega's in the right place. He's on the right incline, because this is where Kenny's supposed to be. With Jericho is that Jericho's supposed to be developing talent, but if Jericho won the AEW title, I'm like, all right, fine, whatever. But him winning a Ring of Honor championship to kind of boost the credibility of Ring of Honor, I would prefer like somebody like Dolph Ziggler to go over there and win a Ring of Honor championship. I would want somebody like Matt Riddle or Miro or
Luchasaurus.
No. Even Cesaro made sense. But
speaking of Luchasaurus, and I don't know if y'all noticed, Luchasaurus theme song is eerily
familiar of Kane, right?
Oh my God,
Kane!
I swear to God, I heard that shit too. I was like, "Yo, what the fuck?" Hey, shout out to the guy that does music for them. Like, I know his son, like his actual son that does music for the AEW. I actually know his son. He lives in Hopewell, so shout out to him. He's pretty good at what he does. He's pretty good.
Listen,
I'll give him that.
Shout out to Christian for being one of the
greatest stepfather ever.
The greatest stepfather ever. Yo, I went back and I started watching all of Christian's Savage clips and just watching him and just watching it. I'm like, yo, this dude is ridiculous, man. He's hilarious. And then just watching him, interact with Edge and Noon, just knowing what he was gonna do. I thought he was gonna say something crazy to Edge face, but he didn't say anything. He got up the ramp and he said what he said. But perfect. I'm just like,
he said that shit perfect.
Yeah, he said, "Go fuck yourself." That's crazy.
He said that shit perfectly, man. He did that shit. He said, "Come here." He said, "I like how he was like, can you hand me the mic?" And then he opened his and just lean in there. Fuck yourself.
Go fuck yourself. I'm like, what? Did he just say that on live TV?
Yeah, you know why? Because he was like, he was so cool, and Edge was throwing shots like, yeah, you like a little dick standing with it. You know what I'm saying? I was like, and all after everything, he was like, yeah. So how you insult the man? Then was like, yo, we need to be on TV. We need to fight the Young Bucks, FTR, and da da da. I knew Christian was gonna be like, yeah, nah.
That's long term. That's long term storyline, because they showed a clip about it in 2011 when Christian won the World Heavyweight title, and then Edge walked away. That's some long.
He called him a crybaby. He was like, "You're a whining baby." And how my best friend turned into a crybaby.
That's long term. That's right there. I agree. And I don't know if AEW officially named this era, but I think they're going more to the 1930. Well, they are already like PG-13, but they're saying like these hardcore like F-bombs and all this shit. It's like I seen it like even
they got
what's her name
for Moxley for the pay-per-view. Moxley got fined for that.
Even with what's her name the timeless, what's her name
Tony Storm.
Yeah. She started saying tit slaps or some shit like that. Yeah. Like I think that era is more. They're trying to. I think this is the best era for wrestling. This is the best era. Like I don't got no problem with AEW. Like I said it more in the chat room. I just got a problem when they don't take accountability of the stuff they do. So that's all I get. But it's a good era.
So one thing that we did talk about a couple of times, AEW is real loose with what they can say on the mic, you know what I'm saying, in their promos.
Because they don't have writers.
Huh?
They don't have writers.
Right, that's what I said. So they can
Yeah, we don't.
Now, January is coming up, 2024, where all these free agents is coming up. MJF, Ricky Stark, guys like that. And I was talking to one of my coworkers earlier, and I was saying, it's going to be real interesting to see. MJF talks shit about, I'm leaving once my contract is up, blah, blah, blah. But being that they're giving him the push that he has now, and I'm sure he's having a ton of fun. He's not going to be able to say all the things he wants to say in WWE. Now, his promos, I'm saying, without cursing, is fire because he has stories and he tells stuff like that. But would it be as effective without the
profanity?
The profanity on a WWE stage.
Yeah, absolutely. I think even watching AEW last week, right, when he was shooting his promo at Bullet Club Gold, and just watching it was good. Even when he was I went back and I watched the promo against him and Joe. And just him just cracking on Joe, like he used profanity, but there were certain lines he had where he was just like, throwing shots at, calling out Pillsbury Joe boy. You know what I'm saying? Like just certain things he was just saying, just poking at Joe. Again, like he's good. He's good on his feet with words, so he don't need the profanity. He just just needs to stay an a-hole, and that's what works because it's funny, it's entertaining. So if he goes to WWE and he just still the same MJF. Like him and Joe, like that was the thing about Joe as well. Joe didn't need profanity in order to get over with the crowd. Like Joe always had those snarky, remarks that just kind of like just landed well.
Joe gonna kill you.
Right.
So, I mean, I definitely don't think he needs profanity.
I mean, in his promos, if you really look at his promos, the big profanity is the F-bomb. I mean, everything else you can use that. You can use sometimes you can use a bitch, asshole in WWE, but you just can't use the F word, the F-bomb on WWE. Right. If you notice it.
Yeah. Well, outside of Rock, I'm sure Rock was use it. I mean, they'll probably talk to him backstage like, "Come on, Rock, you can't do that." But
come on, yeah.
But other than that,
they right give him a little slap on the wrist. Don't do that, Rocky.
Come on, Rock.
But if you're Matt Riddle, you're fired.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. So Riddle is in talks to have his MMA a boxing match with Jake Paul.
Okay, hold on a second.
Wait, what?
So this is his new career. He's going into celebrity boxing.
I'll add that to my my what you call it section, my rumor section.
I think Riddle will knock Jake Paul out.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Jake Paul's a boxer.
He's proved himself.
Yeah, he proves himself. He's a boxer.
He beat bums.
Yeah, MMA fighters that can take a hit, like Nate Diaz. He could take a hit. He won fights.
But Tyron Woodley, he beat him.
Tyron Woodley was a UFC champion in his prime.
Yeah.
But all those guys, they use, Nate Diaz, he just used street fighting and wrestling. Everybody else that use wrestling, like Woodley, what's that other guy that got knocked out too? Dillian?
Who
was it? Was it the other guy, the other MMA fighter that was supposed to is fighting? No, that fought Jake Paul.
Yeah, he knocked another one. I forgot his Dillian. Yeah. It's not Dillian Danis, but no.
And then Anderson Silva in his prime, could take Jake Paul in boxing because Anderson Silva started at boxing, but. And it's the only guy that took him to the limit. And then
with Anderson Silva, 50 years old.
And then Tyson Fury's little brother, he took him to the that's a real boxer though, but
he won't fight Tyson.
So he lost to Tommy Fury, which is Tyson Fury's
brother. Yeah. But it went all the way to decision though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that was the actual boxer. He was the actual boxer. Besides Anderson Silva, he was the actual boxer.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Right.
So I think
because Jake Paul is not he's not a risk fighter. He's a smart fighter. Like I've seen his matches And again, he knows that he's not going to go in there. He's not going to go and fight you with a bunch of bravado. He's going to talk. He's going to talk a lot of smack with all the bravado in the world. You know what I'm saying? In order to like rile you up to think that he's going to go in there haphazardly and just kind of like just start swinging at you and throwing a whole bunch of punches. But when you get in that ring, Jake Paul is all strategy. Like he's getting in there, he's gonna box you. He's gonna take his time. He's gonna be patient because he wants you to take that leap. And that's why he was beating some of these guys. But when he fought Tommy Fury knew his plan. He was like, "Yeah, you're gonna come in here and you're gonna jab and you're gonna run around the ring and you're gonna back away." And Tommy Fury just beat him at his own game by just being beating him to the punch most of the time. But I don't even think he probably. I mean, I didn't watch the Nate Diaz fight, but I don't think he probably beat Nate Diaz, like really beat him.
No, they went to the decision. They went to the decision, but Nate Diaz is not a boxer, so Nate Diaz's stance is, even in MMA, his stance is down here. Nate Diaz doesn't protect his face.
Yeah,
his face protects his face because he can take a punch. Yeah. But if Jake Paul, what it reminds me of Jake Paul is, have you ever seen the movie The Rocky Balboa? Like not the original Rocky, but like the last movie he made about himself, like Rocky Balboa.
Oh, Balboa. Okay.
Yeah, where he's like he had to change his strategy, where he has to do more defensive and then hit that one power punch.
Mm-hmm.
That's what Jake Paul. That's how Jake Paul boxes. He tries to defend himself and tries to get you that with that one punch.
Yeah,
that one punch that can knock you out. They did it to Woodley a couple of times. Who else did he knock out?
He knocked out
Nate Robinson and stuff like that. It's like
he knocked out Nate Robinson. He knocked out Ben Askren. Tyron Woodley. The second fight, he knocked him out, and and that was it. That was the only person. Yeah,
that's what he fights like that, and then he just goes for that one punch.
I just sent an interesting video to the group.
Okay, all right, let me check it out.
Yeah, you might want to play that.
All right, hold on a second. Wait. Let me pull it up.
He didn't knock out Nate Diaz too?
No, he
knocked him down, right? He knocked him down with this.
No. Before you do watch that, what did I say on the show? What did I say on the show that CM Punk does? That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, watch this video.
Okay, so we're gonna watch this video because this is from the tribal chief himself, speaking on Roman Reigns' return. Let me see. I just want to make sure that everything is up. This is on Twitter.
By doing one of these things, he made my job a lot harder, 5-10 years ago. But if it's something that the fans can get behind and that it can really make them, sink their teeth into the product and really, dive into the creative with us, I'm willing to do it. I don't like the guy. I don't know many people that do, but I'm willing to put business first and make really good content if that's the case. But he probably had to be slapped around a few times in order to get his mind right. But if it's willing, if the fans and the audience is going to like it and be into it, then most likely I'm willing to do it. By doing one of these things, he made my job a lot harder.
Tribal chief.
Boom.
If
Boom.
Chief is on board. There's nothing else to say.
Boom. This is what happens. Look, I retire people from the chat and they go to do another podcast somewhere else. I'm just saying. That's just what happens. I don't think I'm right. I don't claim that I'm always right. I just look between the lines and I read, man. I just read and research.
So who disputed with you that he wouldn't return?
Travis, your boy Ant, right down there. He was there. Sean. And that's about the only three people that would say no. Until what? Until y'all hear the rumors.
I don't think he's still coming back.
Oh, the rumors and everything. This man just be saying this on the camera, but on the chat he's saying something different. It's the same thing I said. They don't care about WWE. Doesn't care about drama or nothing. WWE cares about one thing. TKO cares about one thing.
Yeah,
and that's the money.
That's the money. If the fans gonna go for it, they're gonna back it. And I'll be honest with you, like if I was Vince McMahon, if I was Triple H standing there, and again, Triple H and CM Punk had their beef, but the person who really had the beef and the whole beef was really CM Punk. Triple H is like, I didn't even know we had beef. Like, there's a problem.
Vince
Like,
McMahon cried. Vince
So-
McMahon cried when CM Punk walked away. Vince McMahon cried. CM Punk tells the story. Me, Hunter, and Paul and Vince were in the room. I told him I'm done. I'm leaving. And Vince started crying, gave me a hug, and that was it. That's what CM Punk said on the podcast and with all these other interviews. That's the thing. It's like what Brock Lesnar said in the Pat show. He said that me and Vince's relationship is a love and hate relationship.
Mhm.
You know, and Vince knows that Brock Lesnar is money. And,
Right.
and that's the thing. It's the thing, a difference between the other promotions like AEW, AAA, and New Japan. Those I think those New Japan and then AAA and CMLL, those are like the WWEs of their countries. You know what I'm saying? I would never consider them indies because those are the WWEs of their countries. But like AEW has that feeling, that indie feeling, that it's all about kumbaya. We should all get along. We all should be friends. And if there's a problem, we should remove it. Yeah, I understand. That's fine. And I get it. Everybody wants to be in a positive environment and nothing wrong with that. But sometimes when a star like CM Punk, I mean, I don't like his wrestling, but his mic work, his aura, his personality is what brings the money to a company. WWE is a monopoly.
Yeah. So I mean, if I was in Vince's, and again, if I was in Vince's shoes, I'm sorry, if I was in Triple H's shoes, let me say Triple H. I want to use Triple H in this range. So if I was in Triple H's shoes, of course, like, yeah, okay. So you had this beef with me. This beef with me. Apparently, you didn't like me. You thought I didn't. You think I don't like you, but we never really kind of like got to know each other. But you think I don't like you, but you don't like me because you think I don't like you. But right now I'm running the business, and it's about running a business. It's about bringing in profit, bringing in fans. And you're telling me that you want to return? Yeah, of course I'm a return. But I'll say this again. Even looking at how Cody Rhodes returned. Cody Rhodes got again his return. His return is he's still on fire. Cody Rhodes is like still white hot right now to this point, and Cody Rhodes has not held a championship. They will use CM Punk for the money. Yeah, come back. Yeah, come back. Have your match. Oh, if you want a title, we have to discuss that. You want a main event at WrestleMania? That could be worked out. You want to win a Royal Rumble? That could be worked out. We could talk about that. You want to win a big match? Okay, that's fine. Win a title? We'll see. We'll see. And
if you think about it, Cody also had beef with Triple H.
Yep. I was just about to say that, Jay. I was just about to say that.
Cody's beef with Triple H wasn't so much like CM Punk's beef. Because Cody even said what his beef was. Cody was like, it wasn't. I never really had a problem with Triple H. He said, his thing was that because he said his favorite wrestler is Triple H. He said it was so much of just wanting to do something daring and bold. And that's what he did when he broke the throne. It wasn't so much that he didn't like him. He said it was his favorite wrestler.
I feel like this. Triple H as a in-ring competitor, a lot of people didn't like him. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, all right, it's a dog-eat-dog where I got to do what I got to do to stay on top. So of course,
Triple H and The Rock. Triple H and The Rock didn't get along. Triple H and The Rock didn't get along.
Wait. I read some articles. It's not true. Actually, Maven did an interview, right? And they asked him about Triple H. He was like, he said, me and Triple H didn't really, he said, we worked matches. He said, but we didn't really know each other like that. He said, but as far as me being around him, he said, he's a cool guy. He said, in the ring, he said, Triple H by far is one of the most safe workers, if not the most safe worker to work with in WWE. He said that. And a few, like maybe like 2 or 3 people said that he was like.
I don't think this is what Jay's trying to say. I don't know, Jay, if this is what you're trying to say. He's trying to say that they had like that. Who's trying to get to the top? Him and The Rock didn't get along. Because they both wanted to get to the top, and The Rock got to the top, but Triple H ended up being the man. So I mean, and it's the same thing with Cena. He didn't like Cena. He didn't like Cena's wrestling. But then when he saw Cena, when Cena was the Was it Dr. Thugonomics?
Dr. Thugonomics, yeah.
And then he became, the Cena Nation, and until like I think it was WrestleMania 21, CM Punk, Triple H didn't like John Cena's wrestling in WrestleMania 21. Or no, it's WrestleMania 22. I think that's when that was when they wrestled. He didn't like Triple H until like around when they did the DX, the triple threat with John Cena versus DX. That's when John Cena was like, all right, this man, he did his time. He worked. He brought the money. Now Triple H has to respect him. Like, come on, that man, John Cena is. That's why I like Roman Reigns too, because John Cena and Roman Reigns, they started off like not good wrestlers, and they evolved. They evolved. You might not like their wrestling styles, but they tell stories. Like they try to make some good moves. Like the what's that? The Cena Stunner from the top rope. Stuff like that. He tries to change stuff.
Yeah.
It says
Oh, you talking about the Jesus Christ, I know it. What's that move? I forgot the name.
The cutter.
Yeah.
The second rope cutter.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's an altered version of the lethal injection, Jay White's finisher, but yeah.
Even
and the Cody cutter.
Yeah, and even Grayson Waller's finisher where he hops under the bottom rope, and hits him with a cutter. So I mean, at some point, everybody using a form of the stunner. You know what I'm saying? So
I'm sorry, sir. It's actually called the Ace Cutter. Sorry, sir. It's called the Ace Cutter. It was made popular by Johnny Ace, and then Triple H used the Diamond Cutter. He was using the Ace Cutter. It was Triple H's first initial finishing move. Fun fact for you guys who don't know. And then what happened was DDP was using the Diamond Cutter. And he called up Triple H and he was like, "Hey man," he said, "I'm using this move, the Ace Cutter. I'm calling it the Diamond Cutter." He's like, it's a move that I kind of wanted to make exclusively for me. He said, "Would you mind if I just had it for me and you kind of not use it?" He said, I'm not trying to impose. And Triple H was like, "Sure." And then Triple H made something just as good, if not prolific or not better, and that was the goddamn pedigree.
And just like Damian Priest. I forgot Damian's finisher, which was the Crossroads. They saw Cody coming back. They was like, "Yo, Priest, you gotta change your finisher." That's Cody's move.
They should put that on the story. I hope they do that in the storyline coming up. Like, I hope they put that in that storyline, because y'all remember Cody did a promo in AEW about that.
Oh, really? About him doing the Crossroads?
Yeah, he was like, they do the bootleg version over there on the other side, some shit like that. Right. But they should put that. But I mean,
it'd be funny if Priest hits Cody with that move that on tomorrow. That'd be funny.
And then talking about this was my move. that would be tough. That'd be tough. I forgot the fast line is tomorrow. We're doing a show tomorrow too.
Yeah, tomorrow indeed. After fast lanes.
So, did we get to some rumors?
Yes, please.
Some rumors.
Yes, sir.
All right.
What you got?
Hold on. Let me get it set up real quick.
I do gotta say, it feels great to be back on camera on the show, man.
Yes, sir. It's good to have you back.
I don't know when we're gonna do episode 2, but let me talk to you. But I'm ready. The champ is here. Champ is here.
You, Trav. To solidify. I gotta work that out.
The champ is here. I already got a new blazer in the closet, ready to, with a new tie. The champ is here.
Is this it?
Been a long time since I've seen that.
Long time since we did. So, speaking about CM Punk, we talked about it for a while.
Okay.
This article states that CM Punk's WWE return a safe bet for Survivor Series.
Okay.
Listen, CM Punk debuted in AEW when no one thought it was possible, but the dream quickly turned into a nightmare for the company. Punk was fired by AEW earlier last month, and since then, rumors of him making his way back to WWE has been rampant. They gain more steam now as a report they have suggested that WWE return is safe as a safe bet for Survivor Series this year. Ringside Exclusive reported that CM Punk made a desperate attempt to return to WWE back when he was a part of WWE Backstage show a few years ago. Other reports have suggested that he's interested in returning to WWE before his AEW comeback earlier this year. As previously reported, CM Punk is in talks with WWE for a return after almost 10 years. According to Nick Hausen of the Haas Wrestling, it was reported that CM Punk is a safe bet for Survivor Series this year. The general belief within WWE at this time is that if CM Punk does come back, it will be on the main roster, which Michaels seemed to agree with. One WWE source told me that it feels like a safe bet he will be at Survivor Series. WWE CM Punk references coming every week, and this continued to build anticipation for his return. It remains to be seen whether the Second City Saint will be make his triumphant return to WWE during the Survivor Series next month.
What's up, Lena? Lena's joined us. Well, looks like the talks and the negotiations are near. We have we are like what, a month away
Yep.
from seeing that happening.
Hey, the news is that Henduse was right.
All right. The second room I have is Jake, as I mentioned earlier, Jake Paul versus Riddle negotiations are expected to start soon. Matt Riddle had a career in UFC prior to his firing from the company. Then he worked his way up to Pro Wrestling World to become a WWE superstar before he was fired there as well. It appears he may have a fresh start in boxing. Matt Riddle was involved in a chaotic situation at New York City's JFK while he was on his way home from WWE Superstar Spectacle event in India, which Ant shared the video. As Ringside News exclusive reported, multiple attempts were made to de-escalate the situation with Riddle before things got physical. It was also told to us that Riddle appeared to be intoxicated at the time. His name is valuable and could add to any big-name marquee. The Wrestling Observer newsletter noted that talks are expected to start next week for Jake Paul versus Matt Riddle. That could be a fight that draw a little bit of attention. WWE had to cancel some interesting plans for Riddle when he was released. That being said, this story is far from over. Jake Paul may want to cash in on Riddle's recent release during obvious ties from his brother's Logan Paul WWE contract.
But he can't. I don't think he can compete with like stuff like that.
Well, I think his non-compete clause is really for like his non-compete clause should be only for for wrestling. I'm not sure if it interferes with like boxing or any other.
I think that's what they did with Brock Lesnar. That's why he had to wait for a long time because he could do contact sports with football and stuff, but I don't think he could do. I don't know now. I don't know. I can't. Yeah.
All right.
Lena says, I heard there was a dark match. What kind of dark match, Lena?
All right. So I have a massive spoiler clue about Jade Cargill's WWE debut. I don't know if y'all want to wait and that had a spoiler, or I can read it.
I'll spoil it. Go ahead.
This is news and rumors.
Yes, sir.
Jade Cargill signed a deal with WWE, and now fans will have to wait to see how the company uses her. At this point, it appears the fans won't have to wait very long at all. It was reported which WWE brand is expected to get Jade Cargill. There's a lot ahead for the former AEW star. The sky's the limit once she debuts, because the Ringside News exclusive reported WWE had entire creative pitching ideas. Jade Cargill is the latest former AEW name that has signed with WWE. Only time will tell will there be more to come. But it is apparent that the former TBS star champion has a ton of attention on her. Jade Cargill was spotted in Indianapolis, the home of Fastlane. She was already expected to be at the show, so it makes sense that she got in town a bit early. As PW Insider Elite.com exclusively broke earlier this week, former star Jade Cargill is expected to be in attendance at tomorrow's Fastlane as well as next week's taping of Raw and SmackDown. We can't confirm Cargill, who has been training at the Performance Center since signing with the company, has been spotted tonight at Indianapolis ahead of tomorrow's show. We'll have to wait and see what WWE does with Jade Cargill, and it's very possible that her journey will start at Fastlane. There's a big interest within the company. She also has an entire stable who wants her. There's no shortage of challengers for her in the company. We have complete coverage that any show, including WWE Raw, SmackDown, NXT, and every premium live event. Also, don't forget to hang out with. Okay, whatever. So, and that leads to another article I was reading. Try to find it.
But are they saying that she's they're not sure which show she's gonna show up on?
No,
I think
you know exactly what show she's gonna be on. They're keeping it quiet, but they have found the show.
I think it's gonna be NXT. I think it's gonna be NXT. I think Cody is Cody's the only person to present her, right? Because if you read between the lines and how I'm reading it, yeah, she's a star, but which star, like any star that jumps ship, you won't see them training in the performance center.
Okay, hold on real quick. Lana says, I'm glad Drew dodged that bullet. So Lana says Chad Gable versus Hill Drew and Jay Uso, Cody Rhodes, LA Knight, and John Cena versus Judgment Day and Jimmy Uso and Solo Sikoa. Is that a match? Or is that what you would like to see?
I think she would like to see. So the Hurt Business, Bobby Lashley has been on record stating that he wants Jade to join him in the Street Profits.
No, listen. I'm sorry. Listen, let me just say this. I just want to put this out there. Listen, the Street Profits don't need Bobby. They never did. The Street Profits are fine. They're fine on their own. I'm sorry. Lena says that was the dark match. That's what I was thinking, Lena. I was thinking that was the match. But yeah, she said that was the match. She said there was a dark match with Chad Gable versus Hill Drew and Jey Uso, Cody Rhodes, LA Knight, and John Cena versus Judgment Day and Jimmy Uso and Solo Sikoa. She said there was a dark match. So they're pretty much gearing up for a match between Chad Gable and Hill Drew. So they kind of
they're probably testing Hill Drew.
Right.
Yeah.
They're probably testing Hill Drew. I don't think he's gonna be good at it as a heel. I mean, he is great. He was the psycho. The psycho Drew was great, but I think, man, I hope, but I don't know if it's gonna happen. But I hope he just becomes a tweener. He becomes the Batman of WWE, just like Cody Rhodes is the Superman of WWE. I just hope he becomes
the Batman.
Like Sai said, he needs to lose the skirt and he needs to lose that sword.
That damn sword. But what is it? Here we go. Yeah, the Street Profits did not need Bobby. This whole thing with Bobby, honestly, I'll be honest with you, I feel like this whole situation with Bobby is not is putting a damper on something that the Street Profits had that was already special. No. They will find a way. They are the only thing they needed was a tag title. I think it would have been better if let me not say better, but I think that this is even more motivation for them to kind of split from Bobby Lashley, go back to the Street Profits to give them somewhat of a reboot, have them win the belts off of Judgment Day, and let them kind of like hold on to those belts for like a year, 8 months, 9 months, give them like a long title reign. But they have though find a way.
They had a long title reign.
They did. They need another one.
I disagree with you, sir.
I think so.
The Street Profits has become stale.
Honestly. Yeah. Yes. Honestly, that party thing, I get it. That they're funny. I ain't gonna lie, they're funny. But it's like,
but they become stale because they didn't have any major angles. Right. And they didn't have any real push to really be in the tag title picture. Like they were being pushed to the wayside.
But what angle do they have in the tag team division when they were? You know what I'm saying? They was beefing with what's it called, the Viking Raiders for almost a whole year.
Right. And again, like you said, like they became mid-carders. Like, okay, the Street Profits, okay, they have a match. Why they have a match? You know what I'm saying? They just putting together so they needed a change. They needed something fresh. They needed something, you know what I'm saying, a little edgier, a little look. Like, okay, I'll give you another example. Bailey.
Wait, real quick. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to interrupt you, but I just wanted to say this real quick. But they didn't even challenge. They didn't even fight the Bloodline for the belts. They didn't even challenge them.
They did.
They were in a triple threat. They were in a triple threat.
A triple threat. Okay, that was one match. But then
No,
after that,
no,
there was no continuing feud.
No, they had a one-on-one match with Jimmy and Jay.
Yeah, they did after Riddle and Randy.
Oh, right. I'm sorry. That was like in the beginning of them actually like winning the belts.
Yeah.
I mean, but afterwards, like there was nothing else afterwards. Like they lost, and then they just moved on from there.
I think with this Bobby thing, it was great when it first came out. Like you were like, oh snap, and then they kept taking it so long. Like they kept teasing us, yeah, but we're not the Hurt Business. We're just Bobby and the Street. Like if they would have official like put a name on it, add another guy on it, make it. Dang, it's like right now it's like, oh, I'm teaching these guys how to be. No, I don't think they would have. I think they should have been. I don't think they should have been heel. I know Bobby does good with a heel, but I think they should have been like a baby face. I think we would need another baby face to go against.
I feel like it's great to have them near heel because it kind of like gives them a different dynamic.
Yeah, you're right.
From NXT, they were baby faces. Their whole career.
You're right.
So now it's time to see a little edgier Street Profits. I mean, let's let them come out mean mug and not smile and go through the crowd. Like let's just see that for them. So let's see the thug version of the Street. The Street Profits. Let's see them not smiling, just walking out. Just just like the Usos, for instance. The Usos went from the face paint, Usamoa, and the pyro to like you said, drug dealers. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So
Samoan gang.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So they came out and sweats in Uptown.
3-minute warning.
Yeah, like they was just and they needed that. You know what I'm saying? So
they needed that.
These guys wearing bandanas and.
Because I was tired looking at them. I was tired of them. I don't know why. I don't like wrestlers that when they don't wear their wrestling boots. Like I hate when I was watching Matt Riddle. I'm like, bro, like even when
I like Riddle. I couldn't get behind Riddle because he didn't have, like you said, the wrestling gear. I couldn't get behind Timothy Thatcher for the same reason. He has no knee pads. He has just these small boots. And I'm just like, bro, like even the other tall white guy who had when they called him up and he was supposed to be this monster kind of guy, and I think he had sexual allegations. That's why they released him. Can't think.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. He was like a monster. He had racist remarks or yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Oh, Lars something.
Larson. Yeah.
On him because again he had the boots and no knee pads. My Backlund status out here, like I couldn't get behind it. Like I don't care how, and I just never like grasped like I'm about to watch this Lars Sullivan match like that.
The only person that looks like it at first I was like, man, I wish he boots, but is Solo. He actually looks like legit. All right, without them boots, because he's trying to copy Umaga. Umaga did it good too.
Rusev too. Before
I couldn't. I was like, nah, man. Put some.
I like Rusev until he had the kept getting foot injuries, and he was like, all right, I got to put on these boots and knee pads now. Now, again, I go back to what I was saying. Like,
wait, hold on a second. Wait. So Lena says, tell Jay to check out Drew's tweet earlier today. I'm trying to look for it.
I'm looking for it.
But
even with like Bailey, Bailey came out and she was, with the ponytail and everybody loved her. But the minute she took off that
bob, she got the bob.
And she cut the inflatable fit in the floatables. I was like, oh, okay, Bailey. And ever since then, she has been, she's been skyrocketed. So,
smoking.
You know what I'm saying? So like, everybody needs that. How did you spell his name?
I don't see. I think he deleted the tweet. I just checked it. It looks like he deleted it.
You spell his last name MCINTYRE. So it's Mac and not MAC, but MC, then NIN and then tire. But
I'll be right back.
Instead of an I, it's a Y.
I got you. All right, let's see. I'm trying to find the tweet now. And Lene, if you have it, definitely share it because I see a lot of fan pages, but I don't see his official page. But
Lena, you're gonna have to drop that comment.
right.
We need to know what happened.
So
If
okay.
you got the deets, let us know.
So now my other rumor is that Ant's gone, but this is more so for Ant. Triple H hasn't shut down pitches about Uncle Howdy's WWE return. So, Bray Wyatt tragically passed away, but his memory has not faded one bit. Wyatt's creative vision still lives on in the hearts and minds of fans all over. One idea from Mastermind still has a chance of resurfacing because Uncle Howdy return to WWE is not an impossibility. Bo Dallas, Bray Wyatt's real-life brother, played Uncle Howdy. That masked character never had much of a chance to evolve television before Wyatt vanished, and the storyline was left incomplete. Ringside News was told by a senior member of the creative team as Triple H is always open to ideas from the writers, and there's always ideas regarding different talent. That being said, Triple H has not shut down hearing ideas that would bring Uncle Howdy back to television.
Man, I forgot. It still feels unreal that Ray's gone.
Yeah, it does. It's crazy. I saw a guy today. I'm like, is that Bray? I said, no, that's not Bray. But yeah, we were told that I'm sure someone has pitched a creative idea to bring Uncle Howdy back into the creative picture. That being said, the idea of Uncle Howdy return is not coming from the top down. It's coming from pitches. Triple H open to hearing ideas of dictating. Of course, dictating always became Vince McMahon's pattern, but it's a new era in WWE right now, where ideas flow freely. Ringside News exclusively reported in September how far along Bray Wyatt and Uncle Howdy plans got. Sadly, Wyatt departed from television on the road to WrestleMania 39, where he was on his way to a match with Bobby Lashley. Only time will tell if WWE brings Uncle Howdy back into the creative fold. There are a few ways they could do that, but the company needs to be very careful about the sensitive subject that an angle with Uncle Howdy could bring as well. If anything, at least we know that the idea is not 100% gone at this point, and Triple H is open to hearing any ideas of right now. Bray Wyatt is gone, but will certainly never be forgotten. We can only hope that his memory never fades because he deserves all the tribute WWE can give him.
Still feels unreal.
It does. They definitely. I think they should do the Uncle Howdy situation. I think Bo Dallas definitely needs another chance. He was definitely a great worker. He didn't get the push that he should have gotten, or to get the opportunity to kind of work the angle that he should have. But hold on a second. So Lena says, do literally whatever you want. Half hours apology, instant forgiveness, and at WWE. Apparently, this what Drew said. So yeah, so this is the hill. This is the hill Drew. He's forming. But I'm gonna tell you what though. I know they're trying to do like this whole metamorphosis, but Jay needs to win a singles match. Jay, we need Jay to win a singles match. Real quick. I just wanted to comment on that. But
he will.
Yeah, what y'all think about Jimmy's performance as a single today?
I think it's good, but I think that Jay needs to. I think both of them. Let me say this: both of them need to win matches against credible competitors.
Contrary to Trav's beliefs, Jimmy is doing a great job.
Hold up! I was right again. That's 2 in a row.
Oh, I was on your side when Trav was like, "Oh, I was like, Trav, listen, give the man a chance. You never know." Because again, they're the same person. You know what I'm saying? It's just Jay can be more animated because he is, you know what I'm saying, the baby face. But when they were together, Jimmy was just as animated as Jay. You know what I'm saying? So, but Jimmy has to play a heel now, so he has to be a little bit more serious. I mean, he has his you know what I'm saying, animated moments, but he has to be more serious for the most part. Now, it's interesting to see next week when Roman finally returns after like 6 months.
Damn, it's been 6 months.
He's going to actually say about all of this.
Wait, 6 months. What are you talking about? You mean 6 weeks?
It feel like it's 6 months. It's about.
Oh,
It do
okay.
feel like
I
it do
was
feel
saying, I
like
know.
6 months.
Yeah,
But
yeah. I think I mean, I always Jay was always more animated than Jimmy to me. He was always more animated. He was always more aggressive, more, he was always acting out. But I always felt like Trav definitely missed the he definitely like not let me not say miss. I think he jumped the gun with just judging Jimmy as not being. I mean, I guess he was saying at the time, and I could definitely see at the time that Jimmy wasn't really like, because Jimmy at the time, because Jimmy was finding his place as like, what are they gonna do? Like, they're not together. The Usos not together. He just betrayed his brother and prevented him from becoming Universal World Champion, undisputed Universal World Champion. So it was like, what do they do with Jimmy now? So now it's like we were all kind of confused, like,
yeah,
what are they going to
that's
do with
I
Jimmy
think
if they're not together? So and then having him be part of the bloodline again, but not officially, because Roman didn't officially accept him back.
yeah, until next week. We'll
Right.
see
Yeah,
next
we're
week.
gonna find out what it is, right?
But this is why I like talking to you guys, man. To y'all guys, man. It's because y'all don't fantasy book, bro. Y'all see, y'all watch what I'm watching, and it's like it's not like we're agreeing on everything, but it's like, we watch what we watch, and we're accountability of where if we're wrong, if we're right, we don't make things up. We just see what we see, and we don't jump the gun like some people.
Right. We don't try to
Jab to trap, trap to trap.
Shout out to Trav. Yeah, I try to be as logical, and then sometimes I do try to look forward to see, like, I try to look forward as to where the direction could go, and I try to do it based on the character, the direction I sense or feel like they're going with the character. You know what I mean? But when Trav said that, I was like, bro, like he literally just got into what they were going to do with Jimmy's character, and now we see the direction they're going, because even when I think it was like last week when he tried to dap up Solo, he was like, yeah, I got this, and he tried to give Solo a dap, and Solo just looked at him and just kind of turned his head away. He was like, yeah, and he patted himself, you know what I'm saying, and he did it twice. It shows that Jimmy is just being used for the moment until Roman comes back and makes his decision. And we're going to see whether the decision stands on him actually being part of the bloodline, or Roman comes back and was like, all right, now that you've been used for whatever you need to be used for. Okay, now I'm going to do away with you, and then let fate fall wherever it may with you. Being out of the bloodline and not having that support and that backup.
Right.
She says it's about to go down next week. Sip tea.
Yeah, because honestly, like we said, like, now Jimmy, if he didn't kind of go back into this bloodline storyline, like, he would have been like mid card, you know what I'm saying, have a match.
You're lost. He would have got lost.
Right, it wouldn't have made sense. He'd have been this baby face that's having matches from time to time. Like, oh, okay, Jimmy's fighting Austin Theory. Okay, Jimmy's fighting Grayson Waller. I'm saying he's gonna be having these mid card matches. It's not gonna make sense. But now it's interesting, like you said, how Jimmy's trying to hold it down. Like, even last week when Paul was talking and Jimmy kind of stood up and he put his hand out, and Paul looked at him like, "What the fuck you doing?" So Jimmy kind of, it's like extra with it, like, all right, put his hand out again, and Paul looked at him like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna say what I say. And Jimmy had took a mic from him, like, yo, yeah,
it's like
I was like, okay, so you know what I'm saying, so stuff like that.
They did that earlier. They did that today too. They did that when Jimmy made the match official with LA Knight, and then Paul was like, "What? You don't have authorization for this."
Right.
Lena says, do y'all think Drew's going to get involved in a tag match or championship match? I think he is. I think if they're going to push his character this far, they may be building Drew for Seth.
Yeah.
After what
he's going Cody. He's going after Cody after this.
Well, I think he might go after Cody next because Cody brought Jay over to Raw.
Yeah.
But I think if they do that feud, after that feud, he's gonna go. He's gonna be Seth's next opponent. But again, I kind of see him going after Seth, because after Seth beats Shinsuke tomorrow, then so that feud's gonna be done, and there will be nothing else. There's nobody really, no real heels for.
What if there's an upset? What if there's a legitimate upset? What if? Because think about it, right? Who came first? Who was on a no? It was Finn was on a roster before Shinsuke, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, yeah, he was.
Wait, what
Right.
was he?
So
Hold on, wait, no.
Yeah, he was.
Hold on, I'm trying. Right, no, wait, hold on. Because Shinsuke, yeah, he was. Because Shinsuke took the belt from Finn. Yeah, so yeah, Finn was on the main roster first.
okay. So my thing is I'm looking at what I'm kind of looking at is just a certain type of competitors that Seth is fighting, right? He went against Finn, right? Which is a person who everybody wants to have the world title. Now he's going against Shinsuke as another person. He's another person who everybody's like should have gotten a world title, shouldn't have got a title reign. And what if at Fastlanes, this is what we see. We really see Shinsuke Nakamura win the world title, but it could be a Damian Priest cash in after he wins the world title, or Shinsuke actually beats him. What if Shinsuke really beats him?
I only see Priest cashing in if Cody and Jay take the tag titles from him and Finn. Because I don't see Priest walking around with 3 belts.
I don't know. That'll be tough.
Why not?
But
That'll be tough.
Why not? I mean, it's not that idea is not far fetched, right? I mean, we have Damian Priest walking around with the unified tag title belts, and think about it. We never would have thought that they're gonna put the tag title belts on Damian and Finn Balor. Like honestly,
I saw it.
I mean, before they even had a feud with Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens.
Yeah,
No way.
Everybody had belts.
Think that.
I know there was rumors about there was rumors about Kevin Owens being injured and trying to take some time, and then I think that's why they haven't been on TV because of the injury.
And then outside of that, like you know what I'm saying, Rhea had her belt. You know what I'm saying. Dom had the North America, so they were the only ones without belts. So
right.
Give,
but we were in that place. But we were in that weird gray area where it was like, yo, either Finn is going to win this world title, because it would have made sense if Dom has the North American, Rhea has the world championship, Damian holds on to the briefcase, Finn Balor wins the world title. You know what I'm saying? And everybody individually, respectively, would have been, looking like individual strong members of the Judgment Day. And then when it comes to that time where it looks like Finn is about to lose that belt, or he does lose the belt, here comes Damian to cash in, get his world title reign.
Yeah, that would have been dope.
What I'm saying? So that to me, that seemed a little bit more logical. But when they were actually like feuding for the tag titles, me personally, I didn't see that. Like I was like, they're gonna put the tag titles on them. But then when they fought in the match, I was just like, maybe that's possible. I guess it's possible, but I didn't really think that was a solid decision they were gonna make.
No, I did because we said it all along. On the show all the time. Like Sammy and Kevin's title run was stale. Like they had a great moment when they beat the Judge line because it was a storyline, it was build and stuff like that. But after that, now granted, it's based off of the lack of tag teams, but their tag title run became kind of stale. Like, oh, okay, they got the belts. Oh, shoot. Oh yeah, that's right.
I don't think it was. In my opinion, I don't think it was stale. I think it was like it got cut short because of injury of Kevin and then Sammy, and then like you said, like there's no who else are they going to defend it? Like this whole storyline was that they're trying to like take down the bloodline, which they did. So right. Now it's like, see, that's like they were like their storyline has ended when they won the title. Like if there was like a series finale for that little lineup, that storyline, that would be the series finale.
Yeah, and they just think about it also. Like the tag title has always been with like the big factions, like Bloodline. You know what I'm saying? When Roman had the regular universe, well, he had both titles. Jimmy and Jay had the SmackDown, and Roman was like, "Yo, go get those Raw tag titles." You know what I'm saying? And then
the New Day is not fully without Big E. That's my opinion.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, even though Xavier Woods got the victory on Monday, but
the New Day is not complete without Big E.
And so I personally feel like this with the New Day. I feel like they should bring in Big E, even though we know he can't wrestle or anything like that. But if you just have all three of them on camera, like Big E could be the man,
Yeah.
come down to the ring, just don't get physical. He can, be backstage with him, like just have his presence on it to kind of complete the New Day. Because with just Kofi and Xavier, it doesn't feel complete.
It doesn't.
Yeah,
even when it's like it's just like without them, like I know it was Kofi and Big E before Big E got hurt, and it was still like it was without Xavier, it's not the same. Without Kofi, it's not the same. It's like the New Day, that I don't want to say they're the greatest tag team in the world, but like that faction is like one of the best. I would say not the greatest because I mean, they are because they both won world titles. But I'll say like it's in entertaining. Like when it comes to sports entertainment, like just not the wrestling portion of it, but just entertaining as it is. That is the best that's the best faction of entertaining.
I would definitely say like as a faction, honestly, it's crazy because it's like when you look at New Day, it's like you really have to put New Day up against DX and NWO as far as factions and like
Evolution.
Simply because
Nation of Domination, stuff like that.
Nation Domination was a good faction, but I wouldn't even put. I mean, Nation Domination was good, but I mean, like when I look at DX, I look at NWO, I look at Evolution, I look at New Day. I mean Bullet Club, but I look at those factions because those guys literally held like those guys were like pivotal or marquee groups to watch. Like if you didn't have a big superstar, you can always look forward to that group coming in to give you, something great. Like, and it's so crazy because even Judgment Day is being promoted in the same faction.
Right. Now, the New Day is right now currently the longest tenured team in WWE. It was the New Day and the Usos, but now the Usos.
I forgot about the Shield and the White. I forgot about them.
Oh yeah.
I forgot about them, the Shield and the White family.
And the New Day has fought them both.
Yeah.
The Shield is a good. The Shield the Shield is one of my favorite factions, definitely of all times.
They were cut short. I wish they would have done.
Yeah, they were. When I saw the Shield, I don't know. I'm just a big Attitude Era fan, bro. I'm just a big Attitude Era. It just gave me like that Monday Night Wars, the Attitude Era. It's like, yo, finally, man, we was in the trenches watching this, and finally there's something that I could be excited to watch. Like they didn't have to be The Rock coming back. It's something excited, and that's how I became a Roman Reigns fan because I seen that and I was like,
I agree. Like I became a Roman fan because of that as well. And like it was, and I think it was more so like no matter who you put against them, they just couldn't beat them. So they were like you just put a random three man teams together and say, yo, they got to be beat, and they just for some reason they just couldn't be beat. Now after the Shield, the next thing that got me to that level or even close to that was the Nexus. Now the Nexus was done. You know what I'm saying? They weren't pushed or really done with how they're supposed to. But their first night on Raw, when they beat up Cena and Punk and everybody, and they destroyed the ring, I was like, "Yo, this reminds me of some gang." You know what I'm saying? And
some NWO
factions where, like, it puts you on suspense. Like nobody can beat them; they're on top. You know, and then it's like you're trying to. Now another good feel good moment when they were just running through the locker room and that one night on Raw when everybody just band together like, yo, nah, we about to just, you know what I'm saying, we tired of this. You know what I'm saying? Everybody just came to the ring and they just the whole locker room just started to take them out. Like stuff like that brings excitement.
Yeah, it does. But like I was saying, with the Nexus, man, I remember when they first came out. This is when before I started like looking at spoilers and before I started looking at more of behind the scenes stuff. Like I was actually into just kayfabe. Like I was in kayfabe. Like I knew wrestling was fake and everything, but it's like when I started looking deep into it, like I was like, yo, because when I saw the next like NXT though, like the game show NXT, I'm like, all right, they're just rookies. It's like Tough Enough, you know. That's how I saw it. That's how I thought it was. But this whole time they were already like wrestlers that were already in the performance center, already in FCW, OVO, OVW, or Indies. Like they were already, you know, they were already, you know, already established. But once I got into it, it's like, yo, like that's when Daniel Bryan got fired.
Yeah, we
They say
joked
that.
the
Yeah.
visual of the die.
Kind of took it too far.
Lena says RIP to the Brawling Brutes. If you guys don't know, Sheamus is out with a serious shoulder injury. She says, laugh out loud, not Ron Simmons beating The Undertaker with a belt.
And
And
then
the 3MB was her favorite group. Just kidding. 3MB was definitely hilarious.
And next week, Pretty Deadly comes back, so we all know the Brawling Brutes are going to lose to them. I didn't know next week is the season premiere, so yeah, they're going to stack that show as well.
Yeah, but
what do y'all think about this NXT versus AEW thing? Do you think it was petty or a smart move?
It's petty as hell.
You said petty?
I mean, yeah, it's petty, but I think it's also a smart move. It's because it's like, why are you coming? Because remember, let's be honest, when AEW first came out, like it was dope. I liked it. I was like, all right, and it beat NXT. Let's be honest, it beat NXT in the ratings on Wednesday Night Raw. That Wednesday Night Raw, AEW won. But now Shawn Michaels and Triple H talking about they coming to our town, they coming to our city, they coming to our time.
Right.
They ain't gonna win this time. That, and it's and that's what I hate about the tribalism that.
But you know what it is that and we got to wrap it up because we like 150. But this is the thing though, it's because now they don't have Vince McMahon back there making the creative decisions, and you got Shawn Michaels and Triple H who are creative brains. Like we've seen how well they were, how well they worked. And the great thing about Shawn and Triple H is that you've seen how well they work together when they formed DX. You see how well Triple H was by himself when he was with DX, and when they got that freedom to really book their matches the way they wanted to book their matches or book their segments, you got to see the creativity, like how tapped in they were into the culture. So like those two working together, it was like, yo, why not have John Cena? And the funny thing about it is when you look at John Cena, you look at Cody, you look at Becky, those people were probably like, yo, I don't mind going to NXT. I don't mind showing up on that show, and kind of working with some of the developing talent.
Especially John Cena.
Right.
His like once in a lifetime run. That's how I feel like this is his once in a lifetime run. I know he's gonna have more future runs, but this is like his. Let me get this over with before, I can't do this again.
Right.
Now, my question to you, Henry, is: do you think that the NXT show is too stacked?
No.
Are you talking about for this upcoming show?
Yeah.
No, because you gotta understand, they're coming on Tuesday night with a banger. It's Adam Copeland. I hate calling him Adam Copeland. Edge's the rated R superstar Adam Copeland. First match on AEW. So, and then supposedly Tony's supposed to have an announcement. I don't think he did it last week. Supposedly it's the new era announcement. So it's like they got something on their sleeve. So why not? Does it take away from?
I'm sorry, they probably got Dolph. But I'm sorry, go ahead.
But I mean, maybe
if that's the case, that'll be the best time to do it, to try to. But like I said, AEW. Like I feel like Asuka versus Roxanne Perez. I'm saying that's a great match. Lene, we've been trying to get you on the show for a while. Let us know when you.
Let us know when you're ready. Yeah.
I'm gonna send you my info, Lene, so we can try to work that out. But
she can also come to Let Me Talk to debate in debate against Travis.
Like saying, okay, Asuka versus Roxanne Perez. That's money right there. And like I feel like it's too stacked to the point where it doesn't make sense. Like why, like out of the blue, Carmelo Hayes wants to, Cena wants to be in like it would make more sense if you had Carmelo Hayes and Trick Williams versus the Judgment Day. For the tag title. That would be good enough because it's storyline, it's history behind it. It makes sense. But Paul Heyman has nothing to do with Braun Breaker. And mind you, this is after, Fastlane. So it's like you got all these things like
He does though. Paul Heyman does have something to do with Braun Breaker. This is why he does. He saw that John Cena, who is beefing with the Bloodline, who supposedly is going to have a one-on-one with Roman in the next overseas pay-per-view.
Yeah.
So it's all makes sense because of that. The only thing that I say it sucks is that the younger NXT talent is not going to get some lime time. But
Exactly.
I think their segments are going to only be like 5 minutes. Like honestly, like Cody's going to be a segment and then he's going to get interrupted like he always does.
But,
I
Like
mean, yeah, right.
he has an announcement. Like, what announcement are you going to make on NXT?
Jade.
Probably Jade.
It's Jade.
Probably Jade.
You got to read it between the lines, man.
Yeah, and again, yeah, because Jade is former AEW, Cody Rhodes, former AEW
Performance Center. Jade has been Performance
right.
Center.
And him and again, Jade probably was like, you know what? If anything, I would want Cody to be the guy that brings me out and introduce me. And they're probably like, you know what? That's a great idea. They're probably all for it. And then it kind of is sort of like a shot at AEW because now you got two former big time AEW stars now together in WWE. So I mean, it looks great. But as far as the talent is concerned, as far as the talent card being stacked, it's a direct shot at AEW because they wanted that to AEW because they're trying to beat them. They're trying to stop them. They don't want any other talent that they released. And I said this before. I'm sorry. I said this a while ago. Not on the show, but I was saying this to my wife. We was having a conversation. I said one of the things I've noticed about WWE is that they didn't want Edge. They didn't want what's his name, Daniel Bryan, to wrestle because of their doctors looking at their injuries.
Exactly.
And one thing that WWE is looking at is like they didn't want Edge, Soraya, and Daniel Bryan to wrestle because of their injuries, their severe injuries. One thing WWE is definitely looking at is they're saying to themselves, they're like, all right, this other promotion picked them up and allowed them to wrestle. Now, God
and
forbid,
Sting, you forgot about Sting.
one of them, and Sting as well. God forbid one of them gets, injured to a point where they can't wrestle anymore, like Biggie,
or can't move
in the ring. And WWE's like, we don't want to risk that because if that happens, that looks so bad for the company, and it shows them as being irresponsible. Because what's going to happen is that if that does happen, they're going to WWE may release a statement, or it's known like, hey, these guys. We didn't allow them to wrestle anymore because of that particular thing. We didn't want to see that happen to them.
And that's another reason why I said that in the chat. And they was coming at me. Him and Keys and the Ant were coming at me in the chat saying, "Oh, he doesn't have to say this." Like, think about it. If The Rock says something out wild, what happens to him? His money starts dropping. Studios start dropping him. Books, sponsors start dropping. Same thing as Edge. Edge is not like CM Punk. CM Punk doesn't really have that much. CM Punk doesn't have a brand except for he's like a part of DC or Marvel drawing comic books or something like that. Other than that, you have Edge. He's in a movie, so he has probably Universal or whatever studio is backing him up. He has all these brands in his outside of wrestling. So when he was saying the scumbag, like the scums and all that stuff, like what truly happened. But like you said, he didn't say nothing about, oh, WWE didn't want me to wrestle because of the injuries. I just wanted a full-time job. Like some people don't think about it. It's like, yo, nah, WWE's doing this. No, WWE is not dumb. Look what happened like with Owen Hart, rest in peace, that his wife started suing them because of that,
Right. And she still has a hatred. Was it 20, 30 years after? She still has huge hatred for WWE.
Yeah,
and it's
they blame WWE for his own idea.
Right.
I mean,
it wasn't his idea.
It wasn't just his idea. It was something he agreed. The man agreed to put the thing on and get up there. It's like, oh, it was, and then again, Brett, he forgave, he moved on, of course. But
she don't even talk to Brett. She don't even talk to Brett. She don't even talk to the family.
Oh yeah, it's probably why she's like, Brett, I can't believe they killed your brother. And Brett is like, they didn't kill my brother. My brother agreed to put the thing on him and get up there. But it's the principle that the fact that they pushed him to do it. I'm like, they didn't push him. They probably didn't push him to do it. He probably wanted to do it. Knowing Owen, again. So, but last comment, Jay, before we wrap up. We got to wrap up.
Huh?
No. Last comment. You was gonna say something?
I said, nah. I said, yeah, Owen. Like I'm saying that they didn't, you know what I'm saying, make him do anything. He agreed. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, at the end of the day, like Eddie, you know what I'm saying, Eddie's passing. Yeah, it wasn't, you know what I'm saying, live during the show, wasn't, but you know what I'm saying, Eddie passing, Pillman passing, like their family, you know what I'm saying, their families, you know what I'm saying, Pillman died, you know, passed away before he had a match, you know what I'm saying, the next night. You know what I'm saying? So it's like their families moved on, but it's just like with her, she just has this huge hatred for WWE, and it's crazy. I mean, and again,
But
I kind of
also think about it though. The last comment, and but also think about if, let's say, if Sting can't walk no more after his injury, because what is he doing in the AW? He's one bad move. The way he's wrestling, he's one bad move of being paralyzed like Lex Luger.
right
One bad move.
because
Edge too. One bad move.
Right.
Brian is about to could actually almost kill himself because of so much concussions. And
Right.
you know, and then Paige, it's like that one move. You think they're gonna Beth Phoenix is gonna forgive them like that? Like, come on, it's gonna be a hatred, you know.
Right. And even Sting, like you said with Sting, like, you know what I'm saying, he can barely finish that match with Seth Rollins when, you know what I'm saying, and it was, you could like, oh, so of course they're being like, nah, you know what, like we respect you, but we don't want to be the ones that you can never wrestle again. We don't want to be the reason why you're in a wheelchair. You know what I'm saying, that you
Yeah.
you barely move your extremities. You know what I'm saying, so.
It's like Brian Danielson don't even wrestle really full time. If you notice in AEW, he always hurt.
Right.
All right, guys. So we thank you guys for joining us for another edition of Wrestling Talks and Thoughts. Join us again every time we go live. You will get the notification when we go live. If you just subscribe to the channel, give us a thumbs up, drop a comment in the comment section. Wait, I'm sorry, give us a thumbs. I'm sorry. You subscribe to the channel. Go to our Facebook group and our Facebook page and follow and like. And then every time we go live, you can catch us as we go live to discuss Raw. You can catch the Big Bad Booty Daddy Ant where he discusses AEW, reviews AEW. And you can also check out Let Me Talk to You with Henry Janko and Trav. As soon as these guys decide, as soon as these guys decide exactly when they are ready to go live, so they can have their
that might be pre-show until like we figure out how we're gonna do that live stuff.
All right. But they'll definitely be in discussions on when they're gonna go live, and as soon as whenever we go live, you guys will get the notifications, and you guys can check us out. Again, this is your host Saheem the Dream.
And it's your boy, the protege, J Mac Man.
It's your boy, the Champs here, and do say.
And we'll see you guys later. Arrivederci, hasta la vista. Peace.